It's in the game.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game features two newly installed QBs, both looking for success with their teams. It's Blake Bortles going up against Brock Osweiler. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. And hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at our matchup here. You've got to believe that this is a game that might be won in the trenches.
Oh, without question. This is big person on big person, big unit against big unit.
Meat on meat.
Oh, you got it all. Pick your cliche, but we know this. The ground's going to shake, things are going to rumble, and they're going to have an impact on today's game.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Arizona State. It's Brock Osweiler.
I love his height, his ability to see over the offensive and defensive lines and into the secondary and make good decisions and good sharp throws. But also love his moxie. This is a guy who's had to battle for his spot, had to show some patience early in his career, and now he's a bona fide starter in the NFL.
Hurry up, here we go. 3, 19.
Now Osweiler on first down. Underneath for Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Right side, caught Fedorowicz. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Hey. 4 down. Hurry up, here we go. 3, back down.
Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think of run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Offensive starters here. Wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, a talented wide receiver.
And he's still looking for that ultimate recognition. He wants to be mentioned with the best receivers in the game. His numbers suggest that we should do so.
10 yards still left on second down. Now they'll throw it with Osweiler. And that is incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. And it's third down. And we take you through the starting defense for Jacksonville.
Dante Fowler missed his rookie season due to injury. So good to have him back on the field. A terrific combination of speed and strength.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Osweiler. He'll buy some time right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And look here, it's an opening drive fake. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
When people see Vince Wilfork, they don't think about his versatility, do they? But we've seen that throughout his career where he's actually played some defensive end as well as his expected defensive tackle and nose tackle positions. Strength, great quickness inside that allows him to make plays in the offensive backfield.
Absolutely a run stopper. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. And this is going to be incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And it's fourth down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
A big rush by the Texans, and they block it. Now it's picked up inside the 45. And with points at an extreme premium here in a 0-0 game, that could be a big special teams play right there.
That's an advantage play. Someone create an advantage for their team, give them an opportunity, and special teams is usually a terrific starting point for that. Blocking the punt, now they've given themselves a chance and have seized momentum.
Here we go now. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing now, Osweiler on first down. They'll roll him out right. And he rifles one incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. They isolate Hopkins on the left
All right,
side.
here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit.
Second and 10, it's Osweiler again. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
Miller, the lone setback. They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Here we go.
Again on second and 10 now. It's Osweiler rolling to his right. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Completion left side to Miller. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Now it's Nick Novak back out following his field goal to send it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. It'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And this is a guy who's been here enough. He can't use, hey, I'm a rookie as an excuse. He's been around.
He sat in the meetings. He's played the games. The coaching staff is showing much more confidence in him because the game plan has been expanded since the last time we saw him play.
Bortles now on 1st down. Surveying the field. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. Give him 30 yards there.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So we played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. 3-0 is our score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. Play fake here on 1st down. Under pressure, he's going to go down. Look at this, way back around the 43. J.J. Watt in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
This time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The tight end Julius Thomas, the intended target. And 4th down coming up.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, try to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Slot man moves right. Now Osweiler on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Caught here by Griffin. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So second and medium, 2nd and 5 now.
Leopard! All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. The slot man in motion right.
All right, now, look at 56.
2nd and 10 now. Osweiler flushed out right. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Osweiler now to throw on 3rd down. He'll buy some time right. The catch made by Miller. Touchdown, Houston. Braxton Miller, 48 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Nick Novak on now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on that run. And while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
I like what they were thinking on defense. Just guard the first down sticks. Don't let anyone pass that. Didn't matter whether they threw it or ran it. They just ended up rallying to the football on the running play and stopped them short of a first down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at about the 28. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Texans take possession. Here's Brock Osweiler and the Texan offense getting set to go. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Osweiler. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick, but instead it falls down incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Again on 2nd and 10 now. It's Osweiler. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the shotgun, Osweiler. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. A first down carry now for Miller. Cuts it out here, left sideline. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Set. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. 3-19.
After the penalty, it's Miller. Oh, look at the juke. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Paul Posluszny, the linebacker, brings him down. 2nd down following the run.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Miller on the catch over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Texans want to continue to give their fans something to cheer about in the second half. The Jaguars, on the other hand, want to quiet this crowd and turn things around. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. inches to go. Here he'll scramble out of the pocket and take off, and he'll win the sprint to the end zone. Texans push the lead to 10. Now they've got it at the 44-yard line. The catch will be made in double coverage, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 28-yard line. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the second half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quick.
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Defense.
And with the big gain, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, nice move. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Our eyes shift to the defense of the Jaguars now. And a field goal surrendered the last time out. Just by and large, are field goals wins for the defensive side?
They certainly are in today's football because offenses are so tuned up and usually have the ability to strike almost at will. But when you're only giving up 3, you feel like it's almost like basketball. You're trading, right? I give up 3 on my end. I'm counting my offense to get 6 on the other, and that is a win.
Yeah, it's a win for the kicker, too, I guess, if he makes the field goal, right?
No doubt about it. He feels good about things, but his team feels like they settled.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Time running out here on the play clock. Here's Osweiler to throw. Flush to his right. On the right side, this is Miller. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and it's good enough for a Houston first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Little motion now from the tight end. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Osweiler sliding out of the pocket. Fuller brings it in over the middle. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move, and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll throw on first down with Osweiler rolling to his right. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
4 down, check, 4 down, 4 down. Here we go. Green 39, green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. So now it's 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably doing play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory. They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession, and so far they've done a nice job of that.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Throwing on first down is Bortles. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. so far.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at the home of Super Bowl 51, NRG Stadium in Houston. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth. That's taken on the 25. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe. There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
2nd and 10. It's Osweiler again. He's going to let this one go deep. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Lee's got it over the middle. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. He's got time in the pocket. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. J.J. Watt in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight.
But Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean. They can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 11. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Brock Osweiler now heading out there to get set to go here on offense. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And his throw here's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away. 2nd and 10 here after the 49. Lee's got it over the middle. That's throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. He'll buy some time right. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Illegal blocking the ball. Offense. Still third down.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Osweiler, Miller on the catch over the middle. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And got his man complete. 30 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Houston first. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Osweiler. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. 26 yards on the pickup there. And the Texans are going to have a first. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead. Confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Miller, the lone setback. The man in motion is Mumphrey. From the red zone now, here's Osweiler on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Osweiler on 2nd down. They'll roll him out right. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller from 6 yards away. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. So they're going to go for 2.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! Green, 39! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! Detroit!
Osweiler's going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. He's got the hook up to Lee. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then worked back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. To throw is Bortles. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs here.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Chris Ivory that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And on 2nd and 10 now.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise Lee from 13 yards out. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Osweiler's going to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. That one complete to Anderson. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. They come out here in the eye. Throwing now is Osweiler. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's Osweiler. Flushed out right. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Good. Stay at home.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now it's Osweiler. Flush to his right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Black 99 Philly! Here we go!
Osweiler to throw. That escapes the sand. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the D has an extra defensive back here on a very important 3rd down.
Definite pass here.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases. Brandon, what we just saw there is something we hear from coaches throughout the league. How are you going to defend what they call the moment of truth ball, meaning a 50-50, the ball's in the air, defenders there, receivers there, who's going to make a play on the football? And in this case, the defensive guy.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game. Osweiler to a knee, and that should wrap this one up. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.
EA Sports. It's in the game.